let's get on with it. 3, 2, 1, we're almost ready. Are you ready? Go, go, go! Green, and away we go. Summer Series 25 drivers streaming down into turn 1, and already Wilco looks like he's got the jump on Albert and takes the lead, but Albert is not done with yet. He's going to go around the sexy Rexy, yibbida, folks, down there in 4th, and all the while this is giving Wilco the chance to pull out in front. Themselves up here in the opening lap, but Bob, it's been hectic, but not quite as hectic as what I thought it would be. Down the inside of Sideways, is it going to work, Bob, or is it going to end in tears? I think it's come off. Yes, it has. And it's Wilco with a nose in front as we come through to complete the lap. Sideorg, our winner from last week and championship leader, King in there as well. And don't tell me Wilco could have gone from 1st to 3rd in a matter of corners here, Bob. I reckon he's lost the lead and he could be down to 3rd by the end of the opening lap. Come on, let's get on with it. 3, 2, 1, we're almost ready. Are you ready? Go, go, go!
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear kid buyers, happy birthday to you, birthday cake, birthday cake.
I'm
birthday
trying to
cake.
use my PS5
Murray,
controller to control the PC. What's going on? Who'd that be? Cloakade. Has he changed his number? Was he always 882? Don't think he was. So who's he got sat behind him? He's got Sideorg sat behind him. He's given him ample space, so there's not going to be any tow.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight it is round 6 of this championship coming to you from a previously abandoned airfield here in the UK. It is Silverstone, the home of motorsport in the UK. Big thank you to everybody for the happy birthday messages. Wilco for the sub. Matthew Simmons, that's right, you saw. I'm Matthew Simmons, lovely to meet you. And everybody else, Christina watching as well, the Voodoo Nigerian Prince. As always, it is Kid Byers' birthday. Thank you, everybody, but this is where we need to be, and that is out on track. And Voodoo is cheering. Have a look at this. Happy birthday to the most handsome man I know, a god amongst men. I love you, and I want to be dirty with you. That's a little bit rough there, Voodoo. It's not quite that time of the evening yet here in the Eastern States, but thank you very much for those kind messages as I welcome my my co-commentator, Bob Hoskins, to the broadcast tonight. Bob, round 6 of this championship from Silverstone.
Yep, should be a good one tonight, mate. Obviously, happy birthday. It's not every day you get to turn 40, so congratulations on reaching that milestone in your life.
Thank you. Still young enough to sign a 3-year deal for Aston Martin for 20 mil a year, so we'll wait and see what happens there. And this is a lovely car to drive. And speaking of the Spanish population, our Spanish fans out there, Albert, thank you for that. He says, happy birthday, Trev, in Spanish. And Albert has... Oh! Albert has also gifted Voodoo gifting a tier 1 sub to Albert. The messages are all over the place at the moment. Hopefully the audio is coming through loud and clear. Hopefully I don't sound too loud as we've got the times. 5.5 minutes to go in qualifying. We had a yellow flag out somewhere. I'm not sure what that was for, but we're looking at Mint Matt at the moment, who is on pole position, Bob, but literally by a coat of a bee's dick's varnish because it's very tight at the top with Sidorg.
It is 37 thousandths, so yeah, it's less than 3/10 back to Gavea. Obviously, these times are going to tumble. Yeah, Wilco's only a 1/10.5 back. Figo another 2.5 tenths back from him. It's top 6 at the moment, 1 second between them. It's going to get tighter.
Down to 6, Clocade in 6. We might take a look at these championship results whilst the German rifle gets locked and loaded to go for another lap. We'll take a look at the results from last week, Bob, before we do that. And it was the German rifle Gavea winning at Imola ahead of Clocade. Wilco, Mr. Consistency, on the podium in 3rd. And then it was Sidorg, Auschwizard, Cartoon, Craigie, and Viper in 8th. Vibes in 9th, Vintage Racer, the man I met at Sandown, who's a great bloke, in 10th. The championship points, well, it was Jason extending his championship lead after round 5 at Imola out to 18 points, 124 to 106. And then Sidorg on 91. German Rifle back in it on 90 in 4th place. And the rest of them, Craigo and Auschwitz locked on 66 points. Figo not too far behind them as we head back to the racing on the track here. Wings says Vilgaluk. I'm not even going to try and say that. We're going to leave it there, but these messages coming in, Bob, thick and fast and in all languages as well.
Yeah, so it looks as if we've got the South African contingent, we've got the Spanish, I don't know what else we're going to have in there.
As Wings redeems the, oh my goodness, this is fantastic. And
Gavea 2017.
Gavea 2017, and that's very fast, Bob. Very fast.
Indeed, it is. That's probably ruffled a few feathers because that was a considerable jump, up front.
Certainly is, and I'm just getting one step closer to the mic. There we go, Voodoo. Let us know if that's better. Thank you, you gorgeous man. And a little closer to the mic. And Gavea now 201.7. Sidorg in second, 2 tenths behind him. He really has set the bar high, hasn't he, Gavea? As Wilco seems to be his favourite position inside that top 3. That's where he needs to be. Mint Matt who's had some pretty good form around this track. We know he's done a lot of laps here, of course, but he's coming around now. Very handy customer indeed. Figo. There's one for the end of season trip. I've done it, Bob, already. Figo, 2428 down there in 5th. And 19 drivers with us. Vintage Racer, the man I talked about a moment ago. Viper. Nemo, Finding Nemo inside the top 10. Son of Spawn, who is on the grass more than Bob Marley. I think he's back onto the circuit now. Of course, this track, Bob, using the old style pit lane and pit straight here.
Yeah, so I don't actually know the reason for that, but yeah, it's slightly different. The GT3's used to the F1.
And you can see there Andrelli, the man that does the KRL graphics and thumbnails and all that sort of stuff. He's doing very nicely indeed down there in 12th. 2.6 off the pace, so it's very tight in that top half dozen or so. Then we've got the usual suspects, Bob, in the midfield. And then look how close it is from 9th all the way down to 14th. That is going to be a very intense battle here tonight over 45 minutes.
It is. It's getting tighter as well. So Figo's just completed his lap. He's currently... Did he keep it on the track?
Well, let's have a look at Figo.
He was on a flyer. Wilco was just on a prep lap, so he's back onto a flyer now. So, yeah, we'll see how this all tightens up very shortly. Top 6 separated by 9/10.
Oh, and look at the gap between first and second as Mint Matt. That was a mint lap, a 201.715. And look at that, so many decisions, gear changes, corners across the lap, Bob, to end up 0.002. What's that, is that even a metre or so? What is that? It's not very much, is it, at the top there?
A gnat's cock, as they would say up north.
It's excuse me, Bob?
A gnat's cock.
And let's hope Voodoo's moderating that, although he might not worry about that. He might leave the cock in there as 18 seconds to go now as Vintage Racer gets out of the way. He's a gentleman as the blue flags are waving. Not sure why they're doing that, the marshals, because I guess technically it is qualifying. You're not going to be have to unlap yourself or get lapped, but Mint Matt now, can he go even faster? That's the question. And more importantly, can Seidel go quicker as well, Bob, in the next 2 and a bit minutes? This is the last opportunity, of course, for these guys.
Yeah, so Gavea has actually called it a day. He's in the pits. Top 3 separated by 12 thousandths. So you could literally chuck a cigarette paper over all 3 cars.
Unbelievable. And I tell you what, it's getting us ready for a fantastic race on a Thursday night. And Gavea in the pits. Wilco, Figo still out there running. We might keep an eye on these guys.
Improve. Mint Matt next across the line.
Mint Matt, here he comes, 201.7. He's already got pole position. A 2:01.685. Unbelievable lap. And Sidorg says, you know what? I'm going to go into the pits, and that's the end of that, Bob.
Yeah, no, that's some very impressive lap times there. 42 thousandths covers the top 3.
Unbelievable. We'll take a look. Vintage Racer also in the pits. Kilroy, who I think had an off there. I think I saw the car number 562 off the track. Viper, who's one of only 3 or 4 cars still out on the track. Don't forget, you can put a tip in to wish me a happy birthday. I might have to word that a bit more appropriately. That sounds a bit strange, but thank you. Big thanks to Voodoo for organising all of that. You absolute champion over there in the Hamptons in South Australia. You'll have to tell me where you actually live, Voodoo, eventually, because I will have to come over there. Most welcome. Thank you. That is the end of qualifying. And get this, bullseye Bob Hoskins, 2:01.685, just a handkerchief ahead of Seidorg there, 32 thousandths, and then back to the German rifle in third with a stunning lap as well. You've got to be pretty stiff not to get pole position with that. And then Wilco down in fourth, as we know, Bob, that's just how he likes it down there. And Figo 6/10 off in 5th. Cloakade in 6th. Megan Markle in 7th. And then it's Viper.
Fantastic!
Yes! Look at that! Thank you for those precious kid coins. And Voodoo says, thank you. Littlehampton is where he lives. Talk about stiff. That was a tight qualifying. And there is also Cock up north. But we don't want to hear that little voice of reason, do we, in the headset, Bob, that says, so, guys, you're going to have to just take it easzy. And that's a terrible Nigerian Prince impression. But we're 2 and a bit minutes.
Sorry, guys. You can't do that, okay?
We've actually got him. He's there, Bob, ready to pounce on the cock whenever we get a little bit too rowdy. But I've got to tell you that the rest of them are on your screen there. Wilco only 4th, and Albert, Bob, coming in here, very controversial. Albert saying that I think Wilco is a little washed up, but a long race to go, though.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit harsh to write him off so early. He's been the most consistent through the season. Obviously, he's topping the table. In actual fact, you know, yes, Wilco does have a win, but the guy that's sat in second at the moment, just consistency is holding him where he is. No wins, 3 podiums, and he finds himself sat in second.
Great stuff. There we have it. It's all about the consistency as Wilco redeems the hello possums. And we are 90 seconds away from an absolutely ripping race. Thank you, everybody, for donating. Give me money and I can quit my job. I ain't working here no more. I'm going to become a full-time streamer and I'm not going to make money off singing. Let's go, Wilco. And Cloakade says wings. Red Bull gives you wings, and let's hope it can do Cloakade the world of good, right down to some of the drivers lower down the order, Bob Hoskins, including Disco Stu, a fair way down for him, Saint Sim, Harvey there as well, Mayo Man in 19th, just ahead of Bob. And I think the podium streak could be over tonight. Wilco not feeling confident whatsoever, Bob. And he might have to wash his mouth out, because that's terrible there from Wilco, a man who was finished on the podium in the first 5 weeks of this championship.
Yeah, no, he likes to do that. He's probably sandbagging. This is going to be very hard on the drivers tonight, though. Obviously, the front left gets absolutely spanked around here.
Yes, and
so they're going to have to drive within their limits.
We have 20 seconds to go, so you got to be careful around here. 45 minutes of that front left copping a spanking or two. 10, 9, 8, 7. The countdown is on, ladies and gentlemen. Round number 6 of this championship. Let us know how the audio sounds. Hopefully it's all sounding good to you. The cars, hopefully they're loud enough. We want to hear these beautiful Porsches do their thing around this circuit, which, funnily enough, Bob, was a former World War II airfield when we beat the Gavayas. That's right, my mob was over there too, going through the blitz and everything. But guess what, Bob? We won. And that is... We will fight them on the beaches. We will fight them on the track. Yes, great stuff. Winnie didn't mind a drink and a cigar. And that's great stuff as we see the drivers pull away. And this is their formation lap, and a little bit of tyre warming going on here, Bob, with 31-degree track temperature. That's interesting, but we'll wait and see. Mint Matt leading them away. Who's your tip? I know you're not a betting man, but if you were, Bob, who would you be putting the house on tonight?
I don't think you can. Judging by those quali times, I don't think you can. It's just going to be who looks after the tyres and who's in the right place at the right time.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's too hard to call this one.
Too hard to call. And look at the quality, Bob, on this grid here. Mint Matt of GT7 fame, of course. Hi, I'm Matt Simmons. Lovely to meet you. Fantastic stuff. Then Sideorg, quality driver, yet to get a win this season. Gavaya right up behind him. And then it's Wilco as well. And look at that. Fantastic stuff. Figo there in 5th. Good qualifying effort from him, Bob, to be where he is.
Yes, no, 100%. I mean, we do know that he can show a very quick turn of pace, and you can't rule him out. In actual fact, there's so many drivers you can't rule out of this one. It's going to be a tough race.
Tough race, 45 minutes ahead is Cloquet down there in 6th. He won't be too happy with that, but still he can do plenty of good stuff from there. Mark in 7th, Viper in 8th. Mac and Cheese in 9th, Vintage Racer, top bloke, top racer, gentleman racer. He is inside the top 10. And then we get to another one of the AM guys, Kilroy Andrelli. Mr. Intro, Mr. Graphics himself. Do consider following the stream. Love to have you part of the Kid by Murray community. That would be fantastic. Finding Nemo in 13th, Vibesy in 14th after his moment in qualifying. It'll be interesting to see how he goes. Son of a Spawn Dad 15th, Dask in 16th. Down to Disco Stew.
That's uncharacteristic. I'd expect to see Dask a lot higher than that.
And top 10, a man meant to be the emote. Thank you. Voodoo fixing that all the way from Littlehampton in South Australia and the Murray Bridge Hills over there in Adelaide. Harvey down there in last position. Sometimes not a bad place to start, Bob, because it usually means you could stay out of trouble. But we'll wait and see how that works out as we come around. I think, is it Luffield, this old part of the course? Not quite at Luffield yet, I don't think, are we? But we're getting there, and then we'll have 45 minutes of this race, round 6 of this championship. Just recapping the championship points on your screen. Wilco by 18, who's finished on the podium in every race out of the first 5. He takes an 18-point championship lead over Cloquet. And then Sidorg, Gavea and Auschwizard and Crago locked on points there. But we're going to get back to the racing now. And this is going to be a tight race. And, well, we've had some fantastic racing already in the opening 5 rounds of this season, Bob. But I reckon tonight is going to be just as close, if not closer, isn't it? And full of action once again.
Yeah, this one, judging by those quali times, this one is going to be tight. Obviously, the slip, you know, some very long straights here at Silverstone, very fast track. The slip is going to mean everything. So, yeah, people don't want to get detached from that top group.
It certainly is, Wings. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen at home? We are too. It is go, go, go for round 6 of this championship. And it's our pole position man, Matt Simmons, leading the way. Sidorg slots in behind him. But hello, we've got a German rifle up into 3rd position. And he's side by side through Maggots, Beggots and Chapel on lap 1 of this race. It looks like everybody's got away cleanly. And Sidorg, is he going to have a go there? He's got Matt ahead of him, cutting a hole through the air. Can he get some slipstream? But he's got Gavea for company as well. Wilco in 4th. And now we've got Cloquet having a look at Figo. I reckon, is he side by side? Downhanger straight. Into Stowe. Is he having a look? I think he is, but I think he might have opted out of it. It is Gavea, though, alongside Sidorg on the opening lap of this race. Down the outside. Not traditionally a move we see done there quite often. This is intense. On the opening lap of this race, not even a minute in, Bob, and they are close. You could throw your handkerchief over about 6 of them out the front. Only a second or so between the lot of them here.
Yep. Viper Z is made a move early on, so he's up to 7th from 8th.
There we have it. Tense. It's tight. And it is so close. They're looking to make some moves, Bob, but there's a long way to go in this race. Only a normal round, not an endurance round. But Wilco now has a good run down the inside. Can he get it done here, Bob?
It's looking like he has. It's looking like he sealed it.
And this is a man who, before the race started, said his podium streak might be over. Well, guess what? He's already on the podium in one of the podium positions. P3 for him, but Gavea is not done with him yet. And it is so tight as we look through the order. Cloquet still behind Figo there. He didn't get that move done. Viper slotting into 7th. Mark in 8th. Vintage Racer there right behind him. Mac and Cheese Balls. Kilroy. Finding Nemo. Andrelli. Mr. Graphics. Mr. Intro behind him. Dask has made up a few positions. He's had a stunning start there, Bob, up to 14th.
Yeah, no, that's well done, actually. I was just about to go further back because there looked to be a lot of very close battles. I've just jumped in with Nemo, and Nemo was having a look up the inside of Kilroy and has just changed his mind on that one.
42 minutes left. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a fantastic race. It already is a fantastic race. Round 6 of this KRL season number 4. Beautiful 19 Porsches doing their thing around Silverstone, the home of British motorsport. Nemo down hanger straight into Stowe, and it's awfully close, and somebody I reckon up ahead's gone off the grass. We'll see who that is a little bit later on, but Kilroy now is under pressure. He's got Nemo, Andrelli, then Dask coming back through the order, Max Verstappen style, and you can see now Nemo will get back to this battle at the front. Look at this, Matt Simmons through, is that Cops, I reckon, there, where poor old Verstappen copped it from Hamilton a couple of years back. And you can see Matt leads this race, still less than a second back to Sidorg. Wilco keeping them both honest here, Bob, but not going anywhere as well in third there.
Yeah, no, I tell you what, everyone is keeping this race at the top very tight. So it's, you know, very close gaps all the way down to, well, all the way through the field, in fact.
And I think we might have someone off down the back there.
Andrelli, unfortunately, and Vibesy.
So Andrelli and Vibesy, we just caught the back end of that incident there with Vibesy and Andrelli. There's some flags waving, but I think they're all clear now. So not a great start for them. Will they come into the pits, I wonder, Bob, to get any potential damage fixed, or they might, they look pretty right for the moment. We'll check Andrelli's car, the number 79 Porsche. And, well, they both look pretty good, so I'm not too sure what happened there. We'll have a look at the replay a little bit later on, but Andrelli slipped down the field as well with Vibesy now, as you'd expect, and son of Spawn Dad, Bob, well down the field, sort of trailing at the back there. I'm not sure what happened to him. He might have run into some trouble, but you can see there, we'll get back to the sharp end, and it is Matt and Sidorg now with the fastest lap of the race, Bob, down hanger straight into Stowe once again here for lap 2 of this race. And he is not going anywhere, is he?
No, I'd expect to see those fastest laps exchange as the race goes on. It is going to get faster and faster. The one I'm keeping an eye on at the moment, Gavea down to 6th.
Interesting stuff. Cloquet now ahead of him. And
Gavea's got it done.
And Gavea down the inside. He's got it done here. Runs Cloquet a little bit wide. Cheeky, but all fair, I reckon. Side by side, great close racing here. That's what KRL's all about. Oh no, we've seen some nasty incidents, Bob, happen when two cars try to go through that corner.
Exactly, yeah.
And and it's still Gavea now behind Cloquet, stays in 6th. I reckon he's going to have another go as it's Zawolf says, happy birthday, Trev. I'll always fondly remember our time together in your box. That sounds great, doesn't it? Thank you for that, Wolf. And, yes, I told her I was going to talk to a bunch of men in a dark room with a microphone on, and she looked at me strange. But first time chatter, Wolf. Great to have you with us. Please consider following if you haven't already. In fact, I think you might be following anyway. But 38 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a dozen people watching. And I've got to say, this is Thursday night KRL action at its very best. And what do you get when you get a German rifle stuck between two Porsches? And I'd love to know the answer to that, Bob, but he might not be stuck between this Porsche for too much longer. In fact, they're all Porsches, Bob. So even if he gets past Cloquet, he's going to be stuck behind another Porsche. But I reckon he's going to get this done right now.
Yeah, well, some of the gaps are actually starting to extend at the moment. The only one that is keeping in touch with Matt out front is Sidorg. He's still half a second back. But, yeah, there's some little gaps starting to form. So is this people starting to look at the long game and trying to preserve their tyres?
Let's wait and see. Oh, Wolfie says, I do follow, mate. I used to be your colour guy. Wowee. LOL. Thank you for the donations, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that money coming in. And I can tell my boss that I don't want to work there anymore. But no, just kidding. That'd be the dream, wouldn't it? One day, as you can see, tip. If you want to stick a tip in to Kid Buyers, there you can use that link. And once again, the sexual innuendo, a little bit early for that sort of stuff, but Voodoo, I think it's the way Voodoo writes this stuff, sounding a little bit suspect there over in Little Hampshire in South Australia. But lap 3 of this race, it is Sidorg, half a second still behind our man Matt, and then it's Wilco in third, like he so often is, and Figo, Figo up in fourth, with Cloquet not too far behind him, the German rifle as well there in sixth. Then it's Viper in seventh, Mark in eighth place, ninth, so starting to spread out a little bit. But hello, Vintage Racer says, I want a piece of mac and cheese balls, Bob, if you don't mind. They're in ninth. Oh, and Mac has gone off the track, and he's not coming back. That rhymes, Bob, and he's back on.
He hasn't lost too much.
And who's he got for company there? Is it Nemo or Disco Stu? Who's that behind him? I think it might be
Disco Stu.
Yep.
Ask.
There we have it. So he's got a bit of work to do now. Disco Stu there. That's the man we were talking about. Hunting down mac and cheese balls. And you can see there, Dask now in 13th. Now we've got 4.2 now back to St. Sim. These guys making pretty reasonable starts, of course, benefiting, Bob, from the unfortunate luck of Kilroy and Andrelli, Vibesy and Spawn Dad. We didn't see what happened, but he ran into some trouble as well. The number 54 is down there in 18th, possibly with a shot at a top 10 finish. There is a long way to go, 35 minutes. And don't forget, once we're done, stick around.
Oh, who was that off?
And that's the yellow. Was that Viper?
That was Mayo. No, Mayo had managed to pull himself all the way up to 10th. He's now dropping back down the order, unfortunately.
And that's going to give some of these other guys the potential to get some decent points here, Bob, if not finish inside the top 10. I'm thinking of Mac and also Nemo now in 10th and sitting pretty in 10th position at the moment. He's having a good one here.
Yeah, no, good effort. I mean, he's got a nice little buffer behind and a buffer at front, so he's just racing himself at the moment. Let's see what he can do.
Let's get back to the front then, and it is Gran Turismo 7, Mint Matt, O Simmons 708. Absolutely butchered the crap out of that one. Oh, hello. Hello,
just jumped in at the right time.
And Sidorg, perfect timing, because Sidorg goes this way, that way, looking to make a move. He tried to go down the inside. Then it went to the outside, now it's back down the inside. It's going to be a drag race down the start and finish straight, the old start and finish straight into Cops Corner. And let's have a look to see here at
Coconuts.
Who is going to keep their foot in it. Oh, that could have ended so badly, Bob. We've seen accidents at that corner, but they've kept the foot in it, and it's all clean so far.
Yeah, it's a slight bit of contact, but obviously both guys know what they're doing. You know, no damage done.
They're professionals. They know what they're doing. And look at that gap, Bob. It's just the same as it was in qualifying. Because now Wilco wants a piece of the action. We'll stick with this battle at the front. Down hanger straight.
Yeah, Wilco will be glad of this battle.
Yep, he won't mind this at all, will he? I thought Sidorg was going to outbrake himself there on that occasion. He doesn't do so. Keeps it. Manages to pull it up in time through Stowe. And Wilco will be sitting there just waiting for something to happen, won't he, Bob, between these first two guys? But we know that it's quite clean so far. And all of this is keeping Figo interested as well down there in fourth.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's worth just keeping your head down, just keep on churning those laps out. Even if you see that gap start to increase ahead, there are going to be battles. There could be a few offs. So, yeah, gamble where you can.
Gamble responsibly. And Albert says, this is a great track for close racing, Trav. And we are seeing a lot of fantastic racing here tonight. And don't forget, Albert, I'll be down there for Spanish Tapas next week, my friend. Buenos nachos to you. And trying to learn a few words in Spanish. Bob, it's not quite working out for me, but I want to do some of the introductions in Spanish, if you don't mind, as there is something happening, Albert. We'll get back to that in a moment. There was something I saw on the track back there, Bob.
Dask's having a go at Disco Stew. He's got the job done.
Let's have a look at that.
Up to 11th.
So Dask, he started well down the field, and he's doing very nicely indeed. And Albert says, hope you're excited to meet your hero, Trev. And I certainly am. I don't think Voodoo's going to be down there, though, is he? But no, I'm just joking, my friend. I cannot wait to meet you. And we are going to be cheering Fernando on third and third, Albert. Surely it's got to be one better at Albert Park for our man in the Aston Martin. Looking good this year and currently sitting third in that Drivers' Championship. What an absolute legend, 42.
Oh!
And
yeah, we've missed that. Viper's Ed has got the job done on Cloquet, and Cloquet just manages to keep hold of the car. Loses another position to Mark Ledwidge.
And the fans, the viewers at home thinking, what on earth is going on here, Kid Byers? Forget about your social life and your Spanish tapas down there in the city next week. It should be about the racing. And you know what, Bob, for what it's worth, I don't blame them. And they're just going to tell me to shut up and focus on what's on the track. If you want to get involved, check our Discord out, link in the description. But have a look at this. Viper now looking very racy, very pacey. And I reckon he's going to be up on a German rifle's backside in the not too distant future.
Yeah, no, he's made up 2 positions from the start. A bit of a gap up to Gavea, but let's keep an eye on that gap and see how it progresses.
Let's have a look then. Lap number 6 of this race, 31 minutes and a couple of seconds left. Cloquet now. He's not going to let that one go without a fight. Battling for P7 there. Vintage Racer in 9th. And Disco Stew, what is he doing? Disco Stew in the number 72 Porsche there now. 1.2 seconds behind Dask. As we can see, Mac and Cheese down there in 13th. 14th for Saint Sim. Hello, we've got some action here with Andrelli. I think he might have made a mistake, Bob. And now Andrelli, our man, right on the back of him. In fact, I think he's passed him as Saint Sim goes off the circuit.
Oh, sorry, Trevor. I didn't watch that. I was trying to keep an eye on your stream, the charts and everything all at the same time. So Psydog is now up with Mint Matt, and we have... No, we haven't. It seemed to have cleared. It looked as if we were about to have a blue flag, but Javier's got out of the way well early.
And Mayo is out of the way. Oh, look at this. Psydog so close. And he's the last of the late breakers, isn't he, Bob? He's so close down the end of Hanger Straight there, using every bit of track available to him. And that's what the real racers do, don't they? They don't leave any stone unturned in their pursuit of victory. And this is very close now.
Yeah, Psydog's the one with the pace at the moment. And just notice then he really had to delay putting his power on because Mint Matt's car was right in the middle of the track. He couldn't power on because he was going to meet him.
And now...
But I think that this job is going to get done in the next lap or so.
He's very close. He looks close. He looks pacey, Bob, like you said. And I think we might be seeing a move made very, very shortly. Could it be down? Here we go. I reckon it's on the way. Is he close enough, Bob, though? That's the question, isn't it?
No, he's lot that particular sector. So sector 3, it does seem that Matt has got something up his sleeve.
And there we have it. He needs everything up his sleeves and more to keep Psydog from taking the lead here tonight. 1.4 now further back, so the gap is steadied back to Wilco. But having said that, Bob, that's all he really needs, doesn't he? I know he'll want more tonight, but that championship 18-point lead so far. And Figo, we knew that these battles at the front, that's going to keep everybody interested down to Gavea down there in 5th place, who's sticking with this pack, isn't he? So still anyone's ball game with 28 and a bit minutes to go.
Yeah, still very tight. Top 5, they're still only separated by 3 seconds.
And there we have it. So plenty of time remaining. 8 laps and 28 minutes left. Mint Matt just has the pace, and he's a true professional. He knows exactly where to place that car, doesn't he, Bob? He knows where he's quick, he knows where he's not so quick, and he knows where to put that car every single corner of every single lap. And he is not going to be easy to pass here tonight. But you can see there that Sidorg keeping very close to our man Matt Simmons. And it is tight and tense at the front. Wilco holding his own there in third, but now he's under pressure, isn't he, from Figo and Gavea? And
Yes,
then there's a few seconds
as
back
closed.
to Viper, but it's closed considerably, Bob.
Yeah, it has. So it looks as if, yeah, the top 5 are in a race of their own. You know, then it's Viper's Ed, Mark Ledwidge, you know, in their little battle for 6. Very good for Mark Ledwidge. That he's a top placed AM driver at the moment. So that's going to be good points for him.
Great performance there from Mark. As you can see, sitting pretty in 7th, and Vintage Racer 4 seconds further back, finding Nemo there outside or inside the top 10. Then it's Dask. Disco Stu outside the top 10 currently, but still long way to go. Then it's Mac Andrelli and the rest of them.
Hello, possums!
As Ajax has joined the party.
Yep.
And Spawn Dad right behind Saint Sim here, Bob.
Yep. Good little battle brewing here.
And a good little battle brewing indeed. If you're watching and feel like a cup of tea, well, I don't really want you to go anywhere. But if you do, then make it snappy, as Ajax has joined the stream. He's joined the party, my party, the birthday party. Happy birthday, big dog. Thank you, Ajax Spray and Wipe. It's great to have you on the stream. Let's go, Sidorg, he says. And let's take a look. We'll get back to this battle in a moment, but look at this battle. Your man, Ajax, right up behind Mint Matt here, and he looks closer than he has been before, but still not quite close enough. This battle has been raging all race. Hi, Ajax, says the Nigerian prince, all the way from Little Hampshire in South Australia. But I've got to say, they are breaking away. 3.2 now back to third. And where is Jason Wilkinson? Bob, he's in the pits, or is he out of the pits?
Yeah, he's just coming out of the pits now.
So an early stop for Wilco, and, well, that's interesting. What are we? Not quite half race distance, are we, Bob? Almost at half race distance, but Wilco well down the order now. So it'll be interesting to see whether the undercut will work here tonight, Bob, or whether it will be the overcut, but still not a bad idea to get out of that top 3 or 4 guys, you reckon, battling it out.
Yeah, it just relieves a little bit of stress. It's a little bit earlier than I imagined that he would go in, but he can afford to relax a bit now and just put in the consistent laps that he needs.
And Ajax saying Sidorg will be very angry from Imola. And hola, amigo. Imola, of course, Bob, a race where my plane had to depart early and missed the last 10 minutes of it.
Figo in the pits. So, yeah, some of the top runners are starting to pit.
Starting to pit now, Figo in. Interesting stuff. So he's going to have a lap fresher tyres, or you don't... Well, it's a mandatory pit stop, Bob, isn't it? You don't quite need the tyres, though, do you?
No, I mean, but a track like this, it may pay dividends to take that tyre set, that front left, and indeed just the left-hand side of that car. It does take a bit of a hammering.
And you can see there, Mark now up to 5th, Vintage Racer up to 6th, Viper in 7th, Finding Nemo also in as well.
Yep.
So the first of sort of the midfield guys coming in. Ajax says, we are okay, just enjoying the commentating. And he says, we are okay, and we are enjoying the commentating. Let us know who you're watching with, Ajax Spray and Wipe. With 23 minutes as that's Figo into the pits and out again. Let us know who you're watching with and where you're watching from, wherever you are in the world, you beautiful man, as Matt Simmons. It's... not quite as relaxed as the cafe on GT7, is it, Bob? It's serious business, this. And with a tick over 23 minutes remaining, lap 10 of this race.
Oh, stop and go.
And who's that for? Nemo. Well,
so unfortunately, it looks like Viper's Ed has had a moment. He's now down in 6th. Obviously, you know, there's a couple of guys that have pitted ahead of him as well. So he's obviously had a bit of a problem. Mark Ledwidge currently up in fourth.
Up in fourth. Incredible performance from Mark Ledwidge. Of course, he's got a pit at the moment as Ajax says we. By that he meant himself and the voices in my head from Western Sydney. We are the
pits.
Oh, Mint Matt is in the pits. I was about to launch into the GWS song, but Gavea into the pits. We've got a rifle into the pits as well. It is Gavea, jawohl, because the German is into the pits now, and along with Mint Matt, Sidorg electing to stay out, Bob.
Yeah, I think this may well play into Sidorg's hands. He seemed to be very slightly held up by some very clever driving by Matt, and we might see him try and stretch his legs a bit here and make the overcut work.
Take it to see, Mr. Murdoch. Let's stretch the legs. And you can see under 22 minutes to go. I'm absolutely going off here in the commentary box because this is going to be an intense battle as Vintage Racer, somebody else sneaking through there. Let's go, Sidorg, Hammer time. Head down, focus, Sidorg, says your man, Ajax, spray and wipe. From Western Sydney, there's a big, big sound from the west of the town. It's the Sydney Giants. Not that anyone goes to see them play, Bob, but still a great win in round one. And Big Alan Shep says a big, very happy birthday, Mr. President. Oh, I meant Trev. Thank you, Marilyn. Having a few frothies from down here at the Bull. At the Bull, Warnam Bull. Hope Nibbles, aka Risty McRisty, is ready for the Australian Grand Prix. And yeah, I'll be down there. No doubt about that next weekend. It's going to be an absolute ripper. Not a big fan of crowds, Bob, but still. Also, the first race for the daughter as well. 4 years of age. Fun fact, Bob, of the night that 4 years of age went to a miniature kid buyers going to the Grand Prix in Adelaide back in '92. So there we go. Fun fact. It's a good time to start. As 20 minutes and Sidorg into the. Oh, hello. There was some action there. Oh, that was Sidorg almost into the fence there on the way into the pits. Was so close.
Cutting it a bit fine there. There is a big battle. Who is that? Mac Main and Disco Stew.
And let's have a look then. Disco Stew. Thank you, Big Alan Shep, for watching Disco Stew and Mac and Cheese, as he's more commonly known to his friends. Stop and go has been cleared for Finding Nemo. So the Kiwi has come in and served his penalty. Disco Stew into the pits along with Mac Miller. And there we have it. Viper now effectively in the lead of this race, Bob.
Yeah, so I'm going to jump back to Wilco now because Sidorg is currently in the pits. This will give us an indication.
It's going to be tight, I reckon, Bob. Is it? No. Let's have a look.
What's happened to Matt? Where's Matt? Matt lost out big time on his pit stop.
Wow, where is Matt going to end up out of all of this?
Viper's Ed. Not Viper's Ed, sorry. Sidorg with a stop go.
Stop go. Oh, your man Ajax. And now he's all over the track through Maggots, Beckett's and all the rest of it. And it's all gone tits up, I'm afraid, because this is disastrous. We've got a yellow flag out for something. I don't know what it is, but down hanger straight. What on earth happened to Sidorg, Bob?
Stop go 30. It must have been an issue in the pits. Speeding in the pit lane.
Oh, and he's almost made contact. Number 72.
Oh, 72.
Disco Stew and Wilco.
No.
Figo, Wilco, you name it. I don't know where to look, Bob. But with 18 minutes to go, this race is heating up. Not great if you're a Sidorg fan. That is, well, 18 minutes to go. That's a lot of work to do, isn't it?
I'll tell you who this will have benefited. Gavea.
And the German rifle, he's going to be sitting very pretty indeed as Ajax all the way up there from Western Sydney says, my goodness, viewers curse with the SG30 for Sidorg. Is he going to come in straight away? I wonder, Bob, and serve that. It might pay to come in sooner rather than later.
Yeah, he's going to be playing a recovery game again. He is going to be absolutely fuming.
Wow. Well, this is has thrown a spanner in the works, it has to be said. Gavea is... Well, I think we might have...
Gavea is net first.
Well, he's first now, isn't he, Bob? The German in first place.
So, yeah, this is all played into his hands. You know, with Sidor coming out the pits, it slightly balked Wilco's lap. And obviously he's picked up a stop-go 30 for his troubles as well. So, yeah, that's turned this race on its head.
Unbelievably bad luck for Sidorg. And it's going to seem like an eternity, isn't it, Bob, into the pits with everybody else.
Oh my goodness, this is fantastic!
Thank you, Bob. And Bob not redeeming his own sound effects there, of course, but I've got to say, Sidorg, stop and go penalty, Bob, or is that a drive-through penalty? Did he stop there? I'm not... Anyway, he's back out on track. So
well, he didn't serve it then. So, yeah, he had to serve a stop-go 30, so...
I don't think he stopped, though, did he? It seemed like he just kept driving there through the pit lane. I could have swore that I didn't see him stop. So it's
no,
going...
he hasn't. He hasn't. He's going to have to come in again. No!
Oh, no. Well, this is unbelievable. We've seen him have bad luck, haven't we, in other races. Was it Imola, I think, was it, Bob, where he had some bad luck, or was it Spa? I can't quite remember what I had for breakfast this morning, but goodness gracious me, it's not getting any better. That is going to put him well and truly out of contention, Bob.
Yeah, he's going to be absolutely fuming with himself.
And, well, I just... not quite sure what happened to Matt. He's got the fastest lap of the race on our screens, Bob.
Viper said pits.
But
so,
Viper finally... And there we have it, Ajax. Thank you. Says Imola, he pitted early but lost it after his pit stop, and it put him well down the field. But what happened to Matt, though, Bob? He's 5.8 seconds. Did he have an incident or something we must have missed there before the pit stop?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just after his pit stop, I believe. So I wonder if he's... I wonder if Matt took tyres and no one else around him has.
Very clever. Very clever. That's why Bob Hoskins is in the commentary box. And I've got to say, that is a very important factor, isn't it, Bob? Because if he has, he might have paid for it. And that might be roughly, is that roughly the amount of time? I reckon that, I think you might be spot on, Bob. I think that might be the amount of time, too, that it might have added for the tyres.
He's lost a little bit more than that, but it sort of figures for the time. Let's just see how he goes in the next couple of laps, because I'd expect him to... No, he's... What's happened there? The timing screen's gone all to pot. I'm looking for something that isn't happening.
That's okay. That's okay. Happens to me every day. Hey there, I see you lurking. Consider following the stream if you haven't already. Would love to have you as part of this community for round 6 of this championship. Not too many rounds to go. Of course, we're having a week or so off, I believe. Grand Prix weekend from Albert Park, AGP weekend, and then Easter. So we'll be back after that. But anyway, we've got 14 minutes remaining. I guess we'll call it our summer break, Bob. We'll fly off somewhere nice and have a bit of a getaway and come back for round 7. But Gavea is the man that has benefited. And speaking of people benefiting, this man, Wilco, up in 2nd position. Once again, could he do it again as the number 2 stop-go has been finally cleared for Sidorg, but he's way, way down the field in 15th.
Yeah, he's not going to be a happy chappy. It's got to be said. Right, so Mint Matt took half a second out of those ahead of him in one sector. So let's see what happens. I mean, Wilco is defending from Figo. So, you know, is this playing into Matt's hands?
Well, I reckon he might have... let's have a look there. 4th. Oh, it's not quite over yet, but does he
Another
have...
3/10?
Another 3/10. So does he have enough time, I guess, is the question. I reckon he might have enough time, Bob, and that's if he comes across. Well, eventually he will come across 4.7 seconds. He's going to come across these two, isn't he? Third and second, and then he's still got 2.3, though, to the German rifle in first position. But I reckon we're going to see him down, hanger straight. The boys come, 15 laps gone. We can't quite see him in the picture yet. Oh, yes, we can, Bob. He's lurking and lurking, and he's getting ever closer. And you can see there, these two are going to take a little bit of time out of each other, Wilco and Figo, of course. So that's going to keep Matt interested, isn't it?
Definitely, definitely. So, yeah, it is. It's coming down. There's another couple of temps gone.
So 12 minutes to go. 4.5 is the gap. And let's have a look. Clocade, Mark down there in 6th. Not bad, Bob, up there in 6th. Darsk up in 7th. So where did he start on the grid, Bob? Well down, wasn't he? So that is a fantastic performance.
He was down as 16th, I believe. I think it was, because we commented on it being so far out of position. Oh, Figo very late on the brakes. I thought Wilco was a goner.
Very close indeed. Stick with us. A dozen minutes left in this race. A dozen beautiful people watching. And don't forget to follow us if you haven't already. We're still trying to get to 125. And with 7.5, nearly 8 billion people in the world, Bob, that shouldn't be too hard. But Figo is getting feisty because I think we're coming, is it Luffield? I think, the old final corner coming on to the main straight, the start and finish straight.
I think these guys are starting to suffer a little bit. I really do.
Yeah, I think they're dropping away a tiny bit, aren't they, Bob?
I think so. Now, I'll jump back to Matt, and you can see the two guys ahead of him, and just in the distance, you can also see Gavea.
3.6 seconds, and Gavea sitting pretty up front at the moment. This is going to be... It's a long way to go yet, a few laps remaining, 10 minutes in this race, but this will be a fantastic result because he had an awful time last week. But Figo, let's go back. That's Mint Matt. We know that he's coming quickly. And Figo down hanger straight into Stowe. Just looks like Wilco's got enough on him each and every lap. Each and every time they come through there, Bob. Looks like Wilco's still got the legs, but the pressure will be on. Sweaty wrists all round here.
Yeah, 100%. We've also got another triple header occurring further down the field. We've got Andrelli, Vibesy and Kilroy all on the same postage stamp.
Look at this. They are in the same postcode. Vibesy, Kilroy and Andrelli. Big shout out to Andrelli, who does our gorgeous thumbnails, the intro, and all the other little bits and pieces. A very talented man. He is keeping Vibesy and Kilroy company. This is what we love to see, Bob. Not just the guys at the front, but these guys doing battle as well for the places in the midfield. The AM guys, Andrelli, a pro, of course, then son of Spawn Dad, who's done okay considering where he was in the early part of the race. And poor old Sidorg. And Ajax has gone quiet in the chat. Because his man down in 15th, Nemo. So there's battles right the way through here, Bob.
There is. And look at that, the gap, Mint Matt, 3 seconds.
3 seconds. Down. It's the final countdown. No, I won't do that to you. But Fat Lady, not quite ready yet, Bob. But the Fat Lady warming, getting those vocal cords ready here. But 3.9 is the gap. So these two taking a bit of time out of each other. And the only thing it's doing, Bob, is keeping the German rifle first. And Mint Matt with his sniffer sniffing the possibility of a podium here for the GT7 champion.
Yep, so it's looking on. I don't think he's going to get any higher than second. That's, of course, if he can get the job done on the two ahead of him. They're not going to give it up.
And almost outbreaking himself there, Figo, formerly Figo. And we do apologise. Every time we say Figo, it's $1 into the end of season KRL bus trip across the Nullarbor to visit Bob Hoskins and get on the sauce. But Jason in second at the moment, still looking good for the Drivers' Championship. And then Gavea now 3.7 seconds. I wouldn't say he's quite checked out. He's got some traffic up ahead. I'm not sure who it is. It might be Harvey. No, somebody else there ahead of him. But nonetheless, he will get out of the way. I don't think it's going to cause him too many issues. Hello, Bob, Matt. This is Matt calling. And Matt fourth, potentially, is going to be right up on the back of these two. Is he going to have enough time, though, Bob?
Come on, where's the blue flags?
I
Do I have to
believe so.
try to
Oh,
overtake him
let's
or what?
see, where are they on the track? He has got, when they cross the line, about 4 laps to get it done.
4 laps to get it done. Albert, you know what, Bob? We had this chat last week. We were told that he's Figo. We were told that he's Figo, not Figo, Albert. And I thought
you were corrected on it.
Yep, and the Portuguese famous footballer Luis Figo, is it, Albert? It's pronounced
Correct.
Figo, but anyway, it's in the it's up to him, I suppose. It's his name, Bob. It's his name, and we'll say it how he wants to.
Off.
And Wilco is off. Is he?
Wide.
He went wide, and now that's going to leave him very vulnerable here through Maggots and Beckett's.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously it's into the sweep and turn, so you're not going to get a job done there, you know, barring a miracle. But that, of course, does keep Figo right in his slipstream. And look how close Matt is now.
Oh, hi, I'm Matt Simmons. Nice to meet you, Bob. We had that on the thumbnail. Oh, my goodness, Luis Figo almost getting an own goal there by almost running into the back of Jason Wilkinson. I love the way Albert thinks. He thinks a lot like me. Two great minds will be eating Spanish tapas next week and meeting your lovely family. 6 minutes to go. Oh, look at this. Hi, I'm Matt Simmons, Bob, and I'm coming up to P3 very, very quickly. 2 seconds now.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is no one else risked taking the tyres. Matt, calm and collected, I think he took tyres.
And we need him to get into P3, Bob. Then I will be able to talk to him and ask him all those interesting questions that I wonder about at night. Sitting there with my eyes open, don't like where this is going, but with 5.5 minutes to go, 18 laps gone, it is Gavea. Jawohl, in first position. Fat Lady vocal cords warming up, Bob, for the German rifle.
Yeah, it's getting close. It's getting close. I've just jumped back just for a second, just watching Viper's Ed having a good old ding-dong with Darsk.
And
Darsk, 7th. Great result if he can hold on to it.
Great result.
That
And
was very close.
very close, Viper and Darsk now. Good result, like we said, either way you look at it. But he is through. He flies past Darsk. And he's had a ding-dong with Darsk. And now he's up to 7th position with less than 5 minutes remaining. I can't take my eyes off this battle, though. And they're coming up to Disco Stu, who's down there in 19th. Is he going to have it? I think he's just going to... Well, it's difficult where they're coming up to, but I guess we're coming up to Hanger Straight, Bob, so he can just slightly, ever so slightly move across and get out of the way.
Right, I've just jumped back to Matt's car. It's starting to brew up. I'm actually sitting forward in my seat.
And not going to be too long. The Fat Lady is warming up. Maybe warming up for Gavea, but we still don't know whether it's going to be Wilco, Luis Figo, whatever you want to call him, in third, or is it going to be Matt? Oh, hello. He is very, very close now. What an effort. He's been pulling these boys in at, what, a second a lap or something, Bob, I think it works out to be.
Yeah, I'd say just under, but yeah, remarkable effort. And of course, we can ask him those questions if indeed he does get the job done on one of these boys.
Well, you know the old saying, catching is one thing and passing is quite another. Thank you, the great Murray, one of the Murrayisms. And one thing to catch, another to pass, that's for sure. We know there's battles going on further down the field. I think Andrelli and Kilroy also pretty interesting, Bob, but with 3.5 minutes to go, 19 laps. Big Alan Shep down there at Warrnambool having a few frothies. Says, let's go, Wilco, let's go. And but Wilco's got it all to do. And he'll be sitting there in Carrum Downs, just hoping... Hello, Bob.
Yes, sorry. So there has been. Oh, Figo, all kinds of sideways. There has been a change in the order. So Andrelli and Kilroy have passed Vibesy.
So they've got past Vibesy and got that move done. Oh, this is... It's not a matter of if, Bob, but when. I think less than 3 minutes to go. We've only probably got, what, 2 laps remaining? Maybe this and another one. We'll wait and see how it works out. But anyway, Matt is right up behind Figo, who had a moment coming onto the start-finish straight. And now he's going to be very vulnerable indeed down Hanger Straight here on this lap. Like we said, Bob, it's one thing to catch, but he's got a bit of work to do if he's going to get past him.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm giving myself a hernia here.
And you might want to sit down, take a deep breath wherever you're watching. Forget about the cup of tea. It can wait 2 minutes and 15 seconds because round 6, la la la, the voice is gone, Bob. It's gone again, la la la. And that's because the fat lady might be getting warmed up out front for Gavea, but Matt is right up behind Figo. And this might give Wilco a bit of breathing space, I reckon, Bob, because Figo's more inclined now to be looking in his rear-view mirrors rather than what's ahead of him.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And I still reckon the best form of defence might be attack, but Figo needs something.
Figo. Oh, no!
And they're both around.
That's it.
Absolute disaster. And Clocaid, where are you? And Matt coming back onto the track. Figo, well, that settles things. It settles things for for second, I think. For first, I think Gavea's checked out at the front, but that settles things for this man. And once again, Bob, Wilco's going to come out on top and on the podium.
Yep, no, he's kept his nose clean. He's absorbed a lot of pressure from Figo. Figo obviously was defending well, and Matt unfortunately runs into the back of him. We're into the final lap.
So the German rifle on the final lap. Cup of tea. Wilco says, grow a pair, kid buyers. I don't think so. Time for a few frothies as the German rifle Gavea, jawohl, mein Kommandant. He is coming through on his final lap. And it always throws me out where the start-finish straight is here, Bob. Sometimes I win the race. I go a little bit too soon. But the time is counting down in the top right-hand corner of your screen. 20 seconds to go. And it is Wilco in second, Figo in third. And I don't think Matt's going to have much track time left to get anything done.
Come on, where's the blue flag?
No,
Do I have the blue
that
flag on
last
the stadium
move
or what?
that put pay to that.
So I don't think...
that ended that battle, unfortunately.
And as much as it kills me to say it, we lost Sideorg as well. Down there in 14th. So unfortunate. It was turning into an all-time classic, wasn't it, Bob, between him and Mint Matt? Great battle in the early stages of the race. But where is our leader? I think he's getting close. Only a few corners separating Gavea from a victory here for round 6 of this championship before we head into the AGP break. And then it's Easter. And then we come back for our next race, which I believe is an endurance race at Watkins Glen on April the 13th. But down for the final time, heading towards Luffield. And the final couple of corners here for the German rifle. He will be celebrating tonight with this victory here, the number 12. This is going to do his championship the world of good. He comes out of the final corner for the final time to take victory here at Silverstone. And round 6 of this KRL season, this man continues his run of podiums in this championship. 6 from 6. He finishes in second. A man who said he wouldn't finish on the podium. He thought his streak might end, Bob, but it didn't. And look how close Matt was at the end still to Figo as they finished 3rd and 4th respectively. And a great battle there. Unfortunate incident though on the penultimate lap. Clocaid going very slowly across the line. No, I think he's got plenty of time in his pocket, Bob.
Yeah, I wonder if he's out of fuel or if he just wanted to ease off.
Is he out of fuel or did he ease off? But he crosses the line. Mark, for the AM guys.
AM driver. Brilliant.
And top AM driver there. Then it's the pros, Viper and Dask. Still a great result for Dask.
Still a battle here between Kilroy and Andrelli.
And let's... Oh, hello. We're not done with yet
And
here, ladies and
Vibesy.
gentlemen. Vibesy, Kilroy, Andrelli battling it out. Are they going to get a move done? Is Andrelli going to get it done around the outside? Oh, he's going to send it. He's going to send it. Can he get it done? Will he have the pace? Kilroy taking the short...
Kilroy.
Taking the title line, shortest route to the line. He comes across the line just to stay in 11th. There are battles absolutely everywhere. Sidor coming across the line. Disappointment for him. And you can see there, 14th. He will not be happy. Son of Spawn in 15th, which is around where he's been lurking for most of the race. But what a race we've seen. Unfortunate incidents there. And we sure did go car racing here tonight. And what a race it was indeed.
Moto? Yes, it's called a motor race, okay?
Well done to the guys. 17 drivers managed to finish on the lead lap.
Oh,
Goodness, this is fantastic.
look at this. Wilco has gifted Big Ship Regis a Tier 1 subscription.
Wilco gifted a Tier 1 sub to Bigger Landship. They have given 10 gift subs in the channel.
He is absolutely killing it at the moment. P2, if you don't mind, Matt's fastest lap, a scintillating 2:01.905. He is on fire. And boy, those tyres at the end, Bob, what a treat it was to see Matt coming up there at the end. Unfortunate we saw that incident with Figo, but still a great performance from him.
Yeah, great performances all round, to be honest. But yeah, remarkable. There was nearly 6 seconds, I believe, that he made up on that pair.
And
good effort. Very good effort.
Great effort, Matt, there in the chat. Sorry, Figo, for the contact. It was unfortunate, but Matt, a fantastic to see you coming through the field. Not meant to have favourites here, Bob, but it's difficult, isn't it, to try and stay neutral. Stick around, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got our driver interviews, the post-race driver interviews coming up very, very shortly on Discord. Jump in there.
Ledwidge, Kilroy and Vibesy. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Fantastic there. Doing a lot better than what we were last week. I left Imola with 10 minutes to go. But there we have it. So we're slowly getting our drivers into the interview rooms. They've taken their helmets off. They have had that little bottle of water, the world's smallest bottle of water, Bob, that they drink after the race. Matt Simmons says congrats to Gavea, Wilco and Figo on the podium. And he says he made all his mistakes in the pits, but it is what it is. Just when you, well, I don't want to use the word love, but what a performance from Matt. All class there. Just congratulating our victors tonight. The top three. A little bit annoyed. Won't be speaking to Matt tonight, Bob. Usually is a highlight of mine. We haven't had him for a couple of weeks, but due to study and other commitments. But we're waiting for our drivers to come in. And Bob, when we have them, we'll get you to kick things off. And we might see, Bob, whether you can sprechen Sie Deutsch, because have we got Gavea, our race winner for the pro guys, into this chat, or do we have I think we've got Mark in here to kick us off, Bob, if we want to get underway.
Yeah, no, he's in here. Dirty Wizard. Gavea is in here.
And let's Gavea is in here. We will go straight to you, Dirty Wizard. Can you hear us?
Yep, I can.
Yarvul, fantastic stuff, mate. Talk us through your race tonight. We saw that first round of pit stops. You just come out in a fantastic position, out into clear air, and you controlled that second part of the race and took the victory tonight, mate. Talk us through it. What happened?
I honestly have no idea how that happened. I was slipping off pace pretty bad in the first stint, making a few mistakes, flipping back through the grid, and then I saw a few of the other guys go on pits, so I thought, yeah, I'll do a couple more laps, then jump in, come out, and then all of a sudden I'm amongst them again. So I'd say something must have happened with those fellas, but I mean, I'll take it.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sort of snuck under the radar. It wasn't until Sidorg come out of the pits and then it all of a sudden chucked you, Wilco, Sidorg, Figo, all on the same postage stamp.
Come into the booth, be like, well, just surprising. So he feels. I was like, okay, I'll come in.
It's Gavea there doing a great Wilco impression. As no, congratulations, mate, on the victory tonight. Schleichnecken, that is sneak in German, and I hope that's sneaky. I hope that is. Anyway, congratulations on the win tonight, mate, and we'll catch you in a couple of weeks' time.
Yep. Cheers.
Fantastic stuff. The German there, the German rifle firing on all cylinders tonight. And P2 is the man himself from Carrum Downs. Had plenty of support in the chat tonight and on the stream. Jason Wilkinson, good evening to you, mate. Talk us through your race.
Wait, I actually had support on the stream. Usually it's Voodoo giving me the Nigerian magic to put the curse on me. But...
Yep, trying to make you feel better there, mate. Just talking it up a little bit. But anyway, no, we did have a couple of nice comments there. Oh, gee whiz, guys, just keep it down a little bit. Thank you, Nigerian Prince. But Wilco, talk us through it, mate. What happened in that 45 minutes?
Well, we just loaded into the next session and it's raining, so that could have been extra spicy. But yeah, the first bit of the race, I snuck up into third, and I was just sort of sitting there and minding my own business. And then Matt and Simon sort of had a couple of side-by-side moments, which sort of got me a bit interested. But then, thought I'd pit early and see what I could do, and come out sort of in the lead. But we had Simon and I think it might have been you or a car that hadn't pitted yet, side by side through Maggots and Baggots, and then that bunched us all up, and then I bowled wide at the at Stowe. So good battle with Figo, good fun as always, and managed to hold on for P2, which is keeps the streak alive, which is not too bad. But first, happy birthday to you, Trev. Beers next week, mate, at the Grand Prix.
Thank you. Great race tonight, Wilco. Much appreciated. And we'll be having a race of our own next week to get to the Heineken tent to get 300ml Heineken mid-strength beers at $12 a piece.
Also, I've got a present for you. After the podium interviews, we got a special guest in the commentary box for you. So let's get through the interviews, and then we'll
Moving right alongside Org. Thank you for that. Well done, lads. Happy birthday, Mr. Byers. How cross am I about that? It's sad for you, mate. You were looking good there in the early part of the race. Figo, mate, if you can hear us there, have you got us there?
I do.
Awesome, mate. Talk us through that race, and dare I say, what happened there at the end, mate?
The race, I think, get a good start. Some of the practice races, I've been swamped at turn one, so I was able to hold position, and really I just sort of tried to sit back and just keep up and just sort of watch things unfold, knowing that the tyres were going to get hammered. The last turn was really my Achilles heel as the degradation kicked in, and actually was going to pit at the same time as Wilco, but I think I had side door come up the inside, so I had to do another lap. And then sort of really enjoyed the battle there with Wilco, and watching him slide the car around. Just really, I think we're evenly paced. I was really just trying to capitalise on a mistake and not battle, knowing that Mint Matt was closing in behind. So the tie dig, and then there was a little touch there from Mint Matt, but he redressed and held on to third. So really happy with that.
Fantastic stuff, mate. Congratulations on P3, and we'll catch you in a couple of weeks' time.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you. I'm not wrapping him up or anything there, but we actually have a new something new we're doing here tonight. Bob, sorry to tell you a little bit late, but we're actually interviewing the top four tonight, if you don't mind. We're just changing it up as we go along because what a birthday present this is. Matt Simmons is with us. Matt, talk us through your race and let us hear that voice of yours.
Oh, firstly, happy birthday, Trev. Absolutely. Hope you had a good night so far.
Absolutely.
He's blushing now. He's blushing.
Yes, that's the plan. This is all Wilco's plan, actually, because I'm not on the podium. I shouldn't be there after tapping Figo, so I apologise there, mate. I enjoyed the battle and was gonna have some fun right to the end. But that first stint was just wicked between me and Simon, going side by side through Copson. So we slightly touched, but didn't end up sending each other off. So that was fun. And but yeah, he was just on me the whole time. So and then I just plain and simply made a meal of the pit stop. Tried to remove the damage, couldn't remove it properly, and then missed my pit box and just escalated. So when I came out, I was like, we'll see if we can catch Figo and Wilco, see what we can do, and just put my head down and and was able to catch up to Figo, but then made another meal of it. So just wasn't a night to be, but it was nice to be up there and again have some pace, but have some fun with the boys as well. So it was a good night.
Great stuff. Thank you, Matt. Always great to have you along, mate. We know that you're a busy man, but it's great to have you as part of this KRL Championship, mate. Congratulations tonight. Not quite the finish you would have liked, mate, but we'll catch you in 2 weeks' time.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Trev.
Doesn't happen too often where I am lost for words. Sidorg wanting to know, do we do interviews down to P14, Bob? We might be here for a while. But anyway, Bob, I'm going to hand it over to you to start with the AM guys. I think we've got our man Mark here with us for a chat.
Yeah, so Mark Ledwidge, well done, my friend. Well up there. P6. That's going to do you a couple of positions in the table, I believe. I'm just trying to squint at it now. But take us through your race.
Yeah, thanks for that. Happy birthday, Trev, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I had a pretty clean race, actually, which was quite good. Followed Viper's Ed around the first stint, which I think it gave me an extra half a second, I reckon. So following him, I reckon did a world of good. But then he unfortunately had a bit of an incident after Maggots and Beckett's, and then I overtook, and then he was hunting me down in the second stint, but I was able to keep him off. But yeah, I had a very, very good race, I think. It was a bit lonely in that second half, but that's all right. P6, I'm ecstatic with that one.
Yeah, no, I'm still trying to work it out, but I believe that should lift you about 4 or 5 positions.
Yeah, it's getting very tight in there with the AM guys. It's a good battle there. So
it is. It is. No, very good race tonight. Really, really well done.
Thank you very much.
Right. So next, P2 for the AM guys was Kilroy. How did your race go, buddy?
Good evening. First of all, happy birthday, Trev. Congrats to all the other podiums there. It was a surprisingly good race for me. I managed to keep it on the track for most of the race, so that's always a plus in getting to the end of the race. And had a real good battle with Vibes in Andrelli in the latter part of the race, and to thank those guys for a good clean, hard, had the pressure on, and overall I was pretty happy with my race.
Yeah, no, you got some good footage. That was a brilliant 3-way battle that you guys had going there. That was awesome to watch.
Yeah, the pressure was on. I thought I was going to flub it in the last lap, but I managed to hang on to it. So yeah, it was all good.
You took a very early pit stop, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I was a bit worried that there was a bit too much going on. And I kind of want to get out in some clean air and not worrying about hitting anybody. And so so I did pit early just to avoid the inevitable.
Where it paid dividends. Dividends. Congratulations, P2 for the AM drivers. Well done.
Fantastic! Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Right, last but not least, Vibesy. Take us through that. Some great battles that we saw you involved in there.
How you going, fellas? Happy birthday, Trev.
Thank you.
I wasn't bad. I lost about 2 spots at the start, and so I was kind of under the pump from the start, but I was trying to pick up some pace, but made a few mistakes, and I think Mayo spun in front of me out of Maggots, and I couldn't avoid him. But just plugged away again. That's all I just keep plugging away. That's all I can do. And then I pitted, and there was a car coming up. I didn't have my timing board on the screen, so I didn't know who it was. And it was, I was getting blue flags, as you do, coming out of the pits, but I thought it was one of the faster guys because I had a lot of them behind me when I did pit. And end up being Kilroy, and I thought, oh no, I've just given up a position. But no, it was good racing at the end. They had a great battle with Kilroy and Andrelli at the end there. It was awesome, made up for the rest of the race. So yeah, it was good.
Photo? Yes, it's called a
Yeah, it's
motor race.
always
Okay?
good when you can have a bit of a
We went to
scrap
car
for
racing.
people, and no, really good race, and it was I jumped on my stream in car with you guys, quite a few occasions because that seemed to be going on for quite some time.
Yeah, it was good fun. Actually, yeah, made up for the part one of the race. Anyway, that's how it goes, I guess. But no, it was good fun. Good fun.
Oh, good recovery. Congratulations, buddy.
No worries. Thanks very much, boys. Catch you later.
Great stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Vibesy. Who was your driver of the day, viewers? We always forget that, but don't forget, let us know in the comments who was your driver of the day. I don't want to put you on the spot, Bob, but who would be who would be your candidate, you reckon?
Well, for the fact that he just completely crept under the radar and ended up front, if I was to pick one of the pro drivers, I'd have to go with Gavea because that was completely unexpected after that first stint. But I think overall, to finish P6 in the kind of field that we've got, I would really have to give it to our AM driver. We'd have to give it to Mark Ledwidge.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Very good choices indeed. Wilco, Gavea, of course, pro. Everybody is driver of the day. LOL. Great stuff. Well, we are almost out of time. We've got a new follower. Hello. Spence308 is now following and has joined the KRL family. Fantastic stuff, and no better time to join because this championship is heating up. We've still got 4 rounds to go in this championship, Bob. We've got a couple of weeks off, AGP weekend, followed by Easter. And once you're over the chocolate coma, we will be back for Watkins Glen on April the 13th, which I believe, Bob, is an endurance round.
Yeah, thanks for putting me on the spot like that. Yeah, I think it is.
50-50. I reckon we've got it right. So there you go. As the subs...
Before the game comes out that day too, Trev, which we might...
That's another.
Stick to racing for now.
We'll stick to the racing, and we might.
Gifted a tier 1
Thank
sub
you.
to Sidorg too.
It's
They
all
have
happening.
given 11 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you, Jason. Gifted a tier 1 sub to Sidorg. That's great. That's fantastic. And we'll need to wait 2 years for Ross to get rid of some of the bugs and get those patches out. We'll go for that game. But thank you for the stream, says Nigerian Prince, and happy birthday all the way from Murray Bridge in South Australia. Not sure whether he actually does live there, but he has corrected me in the past. So I do apologise if I've got that wrong. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all we've got time for here on KRL. That was round 6 of this championship. Stick around in 2 weeks' time. We'll be back for an endurance round at Watkins Glen. Be kind to one another. Do all the usual stuff. That's it. That's a wrap.